I've just learned something about productivity, entrepreneurship, building, success, which I can't get out of my head. I just had Kevin O'Leary on the podcast, who's the shark from Shark Tank USA, and he punched me in the face with a point that he made about his experience with Steve Jobs and how Steve Jobs has this ability to understand what the signal is versus the noise.
I used to work for Steve Jobs in the early 90s, making all of his educational software. There's a concept that he understood that very few people focused on back then in the early 90s of signal to noise ratio. His vision of signal was the top 3 to 5 things you have to get done in the next 18 hours. You're going to get those 3 things or those 5 things done that you have deemed critical for your mission. They must get done today. Anything that stops you from doing that is the noise. So this signal to noise ratio to be successful for Steve Jobs was 80-20. 80 signal, 20 noise.
And as he was saying it, I realized that it's like very much the missing piece in my life at the moment, because as a creative and as someone who has so many ideas, sometimes I think I waste my energy pursuing things that are not the signal, are not the most important thing to get done today. And I think we can probably all relate to the fact that sometimes we wake up in the morning with one particular plan, and then our emails happen and WhatsApp happens, and we end up drifting off into the noise, and we've lost a day, which is taken away from the signal, because life is a zero-sum game. There is a finite amount of things that we can be doing.